Oh, the tale of Mr. Gomez, who resided in Spain and started off as a doorman before working in the firm of National Plastics and Product Sales at the age of 17. After working on the machinery, he became the logistics manager and was in charge of the product completion. Afterwards, he oversaw exports and wholesale sales. He was frequently let go from jobs because he didn't feel comfortable, not because he didn't perform his job properly. His performance was so good that he was allowed to switch locations. Still, he harbored a secret desire to know how this corporation operated. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. Eventually, Mr. Gomez was integrated into the company's marketing divisions and sub-brands, which were once known as public sale and advertising. He visited every department in the organization, but something told him that the buyers department was the center of the enterprise when he started interacting with them. He believed that the company's general manager ought to remain there. By coincidence, the original owner's son took over after his father passed away one day. Mr. Gomez was offered the chance to negotiate a business that originated in China during those days when he was not present. Ever the learner, Mr. Gomez had picked up a few words in the language used by the officials of the aforementioned firm. The pivotal moment that propelled him and the firm ahead came when he employed a guy to act as an interpreter to speak Mandarin. The agreements and the manner in which the meeting was conducted left the representatives of that firm really happy. As a result, the company's foundation was built on raw material exchanges and exports. Mr. Gomez went above and beyond standard bargaining tactics by acquiring brand new cutting-edge equipment for the production of plastics. This agreement made it possible for the business to serve clients not only in his nation, but also in neighboring European nations, a very amazing accomplishment. As the years went by, the company's board of shareholders included him as a result of his outstanding performance. He consistently defied convention and, through perseverance and hard effort, rose to prominence in his area. He didn't give his age any thought and carried on with his business as normal when he reached 55. The top leadership of the company gave the order to appoint a young guy as his assistant one day. Mr. Gomez was baffled as to why this had occurred. Despite the company's growth of up to 22% every quarter for a year, he showed no resistance and let the young man help him. But the young man watched every step he took with great attention, and he actually started to pick up on everything Mr. Gomez did. Mr. Gomez felt uneasy about this at work. The young man was continually asking questions and carrying a notepad. When Mr. Gomez could take it no longer, he made the decision to talk to the business owner. He tried unsuccessfully at first, and the shareholders' meeting heard his argument. Mr. Gomez refused to be handled like any other individual or worker. Taking his car, he traveled 500 kilometers to speak with the owner, who was attending a family gathering. "No, you're busy, and you cannot attend to me while I take care of your business," he remarked, surprising the owner with his arrival. The owner was confused by something about Mr. Gomez and treated him like a non-issue, telling him to, "Sit down, look, my good friend, I think you should retire now. You should relax, since you're exhausted. I'm not precisely sure what you're considering." The owner answered, "You're 60 years old already. Naturally, I'm going to pass away, right?" Mr. Gomez halted. "Well, Mr. Gomez, I still feel completely capable of helping you, but I won't argue if you don't think I will. But I won't retire since all you would give me would be a liquidation followed by a pitiful income that won't be enough for me at all. I'll provide, boy. You have two choices. First, you willingly give me 30% of your shares. However, because I don't think you'll do it and these things won't happen, I have another choice. Look, youngster, you have no business acumen." The proprietor attempted to divert attention, but Mr. Gomez blocked him. "And my second choice is this." Mr. Gomez pointed a quivering finger at the sky and said, "Listen to me, because this may be the last time you see my face this sad. I've worked for this firm my entire life. I promised your father that I would be a good worker, and I assured him that we would do this. Regretfully, you have every right to believe differently than he does. I want you to provide me the liquidity you believe is appropriate for my worth and to treble my income in the year that I leave the firm. I will then retire after that." Despite being silent, the business owner granted his request. He said, "Oh, and I do not need you to give me an apprentice," as Mr. Gomez was already on his way out. "You don't need to know anything about this elderly man's expertise because he is an expert in everything. My apprentice is already with me." After saying this, Mr. Gomez got into his old Mercedes and drove away. Everything went according to plan, and the business continued to grow. Mr. Gomez was paid his wages and obtained a sizable settlement from the corporation's owner, but he refused to collect a retirement benefit. Mr. Gomez then departed. Mr. Gomez stopped purchasing because he couldn't find anyone he could trust, and the business had its first crisis in years. They went to the apprentice, who had graduated with honors, who was in charge of the task. The proprietor contacted the top experts to determine what was going on with sales and why they were dropping so sharply, but they were hardly able to reverse the trend. There was no getting past the fact that growth had ceased and the company's stock price was in jeopardy. The proprietor was unaware of Mr. Gomez's secret. He was friendly with the behemoth of plastics, 65% of the top importers and purchasers of both exported goods and raw materials. Mr. Gomez told all of his buddies over the phone that he was going to start his own company in a month. He didn't, however, grovel for money or business. All he wanted to do was spend his birthday visiting each of the giants made of plastic. "Friends, it's my birthday and I would like to celebrate by visiting you in your homes," was the brief message. Nobody turned down that offer. While it was well knowledge that Mr. Gomez had gone away, he had left guidance for his apprentice and future company president, his grandson. "Make friends with everyone who supports our trips. We know them all. They are friends with knowledge and ambitions, not simply numbers and tickets. If you know the people that feed you, you don't need to know as much. Consider everyone other how God views you." It's also important to note that, in contrast to the powerhouse in plastics, Gomez Corporation, the other company seldom ever sells throughout the country. I appreciate you seeing. Would you kindly like and post the video on social media? We'll respond to you as soon as we can. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.